Hi, I'm Kim Franklin, Clinical Director for Meridian Behavioral Health Services, and I want to take just a few minutes to welcome you to the Recovery Education Center. You have already taken the first courageous step in recovery by contacting us and coming in today for your first appointment. But you're probably asking yourself a lot of questions, like what happens next? What is an REC? And how will it be similar to and different from other services that you've received in the past? Have others that have come here actually been helped? In this short video, we want to begin to answer some of these questions. You'll hear directly from our staff about the services that we provide in the REC. You'll also hear from individuals who have come to the REC to receive support in their recovery from their mental health and substance abuse challenges. They'll describe to you what they have found to be helpful and how they've experienced the REC staff and environment. You'll see an example of one of our REC classes so that you may feel more comfortable imagining an REC class as a place where you can receive support and learn valuable information that will help you in your recovery.
When I first came to REC, I came as an individual who was suicidal. I had spent 16 years in talk therapy, and all I wanted were the tools to do this myself. I didn't have a psychiatrist with me 24 hours a day, and when a problem came up, I had no tools to work with. And I said, I'm not getting any better. All I'm doing is taking a lot of pills you're prescribing, and it's not helping. When I finally came out here, I was at my wit's end. And I came in and I met with the intake teacher, and she said, we hold hope when you don't hold it. And I thought, what are you talking about? She says, well, we're going to hold a hope for you. And I didn't believe in that. I didn't see any hope. But I kept going to the classes and I kept saying, all right, I'm going to listen. And all of a sudden I started getting tools. And it's what I wanted to do. And I said, wait a minute, this is what I've been looking for.
I came to the center to basically because I saw my wife getting well. And I was impressed by that, and I've always made the belief that whatever helps my wife, I'm going to be committed to it because I want to do the right things. I had a lot of issues with being one-on-one with people. I would be in a group of people and I would leave. I mean, there'd be all that activity going on and I'd go in the other room and do something totally different. I couldn't participate. So now that I've learned how to observe and describe, I'm able to participate in my own life, in my own recovery.
You see, here at Meridian, we believe that recovery is possible for everyone. From the moment that you walk through our doors, we experience a sense of hopefulness for you, even though you may not yet experience it for yourself. So, once again, welcome to the REC.
Started my classes at Meridian, and which has turned out to be just the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me. I have been very aggressive in my healing process, so I wanted to know exactly maybe what brought this on with me, what happened to me to get to this point in my life. And so these classes here have helped me. I may not ever be able to realize what actually happened to me, but I now am learning skills to recognize if I'm having a bad day, or if if my resolve feels like it's getting down or everything. And these classes here at Meridian have helped me learn this.
Many of our students have said that the classes have been what has helped them the most here at the REC. To get started, one of our staff members will be meeting with you individually to develop your own personal education plan. During this time, you will learn about all of the different classes you can take, which may be helpful to you in your recovery.
So what we're going to start working on now is we're going to work on a thing called a recovery education plan. And what that is, it's a way of putting down the goals that you want to work on and get you enrolled in the classes that you're interested in. Now, we just talked about a couple of those classes that you were talking about maybe taking, the RAP class as well as maybe the WELL class. So that's something that we can focus in on here and use your goals of what you're working on to get that done.
Here at the REC, we have classes that are designed to give you the opportunity to learn more about your experience and your recovery, and to meet people who have similar challenges. Let's join a class in progress so you can get a feeling for what being in a class is like. Absolutely. So we're talking about using those wise mind skills in order to keep us in a place where we're regulated with our emotions.
Like balancing?
It is like balancing, and that's actually a perfect word for it. We'll just go ahead and write that word in here because that's really the heart of the principle. That it's not about not experiencing an emotion, but it's about having that balance, which is quite helpful.
Or even letting emotion, like even if they're unhelpful emotions, let that emotion roll over you like a wave.
Perfect. That's the principle.
You know, you can. It's okay to have thoughts, even if they're bad ones. Just let them go through like a wave and go on.
That's the exact principle here. What I wanted to do is give everyone a chance, again, at the end of every class, we'll fill out these learning notes, and it's an opportunity for you to give some feedback about what was helpful about the material or how it could have been more helpful for you. Again, the class name is Wise Mind, and on here you'll see the class topic. Today's class topic was really the final overview or review of all the principles. And if you could, just please print your name so I'm able to read it. And then my favorite section for you is this outcome section, where you'll give me some feedback about whether this was helpful or not.
When I took that RAP workshop, it was like a 180. It was like a whole change in my thinking, my behavior. I felt like finally, for the first time in my 60 years, I was going to be able to figure out what I could do to help myself function better and feel better for the first time. And I've held on to that hope for the last 4 years since I've been doing this.
Another difference you will notice at the REC is the presence of staff that are trained peer support specialists. Peer support specialists are individuals that have received certification in using their own experience with mental health and addiction issues in order to be available to support you and to hold the hope for your recovery. Many of our students have told us that receiving support from someone that they can identify with has been a key component in their own recovery process.
So one of the great things about being a peer support specialist is having the opportunity to give back to other people some of the tools that I've used on my own path to recovery. To be able to go outside and see people 6 months, from where they're at when they first come through the doors here at the Recovery Education Center has been so exciting to see people well and living the lives that they were meant to live.
While I was in peer support specialist training, I took the personal responsibility to quit blaming my parents, to quit blaming the mistakes that I had made in the past because of the abuse, and to take the personal responsibility for my own happiness from that day forward. And I'm telling you, I made that decision to be happy, and I'm happy. I tell my classes that as happy as I am today, I know that a month from now, I'm going to be even happier.
Dialed information I was looking for Smoky Mountain Mental Health, and I got this number here. And the girl at the front immediately transferred the call, and Jack Moore answered. And Jack said to me after I told him my story, he said, when you come to the mountains, come straight here. You don't even have to go home first. You don't need an appointment. You don't even need to stop at the front desk. Just keep on walking in the back until you find one of us. Don't be alone when you come back to the mountains. Well, I felt so relieved about coming back to the mountains. He tried to tell me a little bit on the phone that this wasn't conventional one-on-one counseling. And so I didn't, kind of pass by me. All I could think of was that I felt like there was loving arms waiting for me, people who cared, didn't even know me, but Jack sounded like he truly, truly cared.
Our hope for you is that you will find the REC to be a place that is welcoming, supportive, and safe. A place that offers you hope in the possibility of recovery, your recovery. We believe in you, and we believe in the knowledge and the understanding that you've already developed and that you'll continue to grow. As you participate in the REC, we encourage you to use your voice to let us know what is helpful and to identify ways that the REC can support you on your recovery journey. We really look forward to seeing you here at the REC.